how do we parents raise happy, successful kids? Well, according to Mo Gawdat, the happiness equation is reality minus expectations. And if that's the case, then the way that we expected our lives to be, and what we define as success, what we define as happiness, is going to have a dramatic impact on how we feel about it. And I guess this really matters as parents because we set the mood music in our homes and we set the tone for our kids of what we expect from them and what happiness and success actually is. And I don't know about you, but I have actually said to my kids in the past, I just want you to be happy, which is a horrible, horrible thing to say to your kids. And the reason it's horrible is because, what is that? How are they supposed to be happy? And particularly if they're feeling terrible at that time, that's a really heavy burden to lay on them. So in our discussion in this week's podcast, Giselle Goodwin and I sort of unpicked what we mean by this, how this has changed because society's changed and the means of gaining success have changed. And then we also talked about these 10 things that Giselle Goodwin has talked about in her book that actually can help us achieve happiness. And for me personally, I think one of the most important things to ask our kids is, do you have purpose? Do you feel that you matter? Does your world have meaning? And I know our kids are really desperate for status and respect, but that can mean different things depending on the community they're in. So I think a great thing to do today is when you sit down with your kids at supper or lunch or whatever you're doing with them, having a nice walk, just ask them, what do you think of as happiness and success? And what do you think I think is happiness and success? Because it's a really interesting way of getting feedback on what we're saying to our kids subliminally and whether they feel comfortable with it. Have a go, let me know what you think.